This is Lagos Television, the voice of Lagos.
Good afternoon and welcome to the news at noon on Lagos Television. I am Omomi Okeo. President Bola Tinubu has returned to Nigeria after his annual leave. The president, who left Nigeria on October 2, 2024, was welcomed at the Nnamdi Azikiwe Airport in Abuja on Saturday night. The president was welcomed by Governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Gbajabiamila, and other prominent members of his cabinet. Speaking to journalists, Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Gbajabiamila, says this principal is well rested after his annual leave, asking Nigerians to expect better days. He says President Tinubu is poised to continue the good works for Nigerians. When asked on what Nigerians should expect, he asked Nigerians to continue that the president will continue from where he left off in terms of putting policies in place and making sure things are done right and making sure that Nigeria is going in the right direction. The Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission has blamed the Jebba transformer explosion to the recent national grid collapse on the explosion of a transformer at the Jebba transmission station. Several parts of the country were thrown into a blackout in the early hours of Saturday, the third time in a week. Next is why it is concerned by the escalating incidence of these disturbances, which is reversing many of the gains recently achieved in reducing infrastructure deficits and improving the grid stability. Meanwhile, TCN's General Manager, Public Affairs, Ndidi Umba, says the transmission company of Nigerian engineers at Jebba successfully carried out switchings by isolating the faulty transformer. She says the engineers had equally reconfigured the bus bar arrangement, restoring power supply to the station and other parts of the grid. Power distribution companies have however begun recovery after the collapse of the grid. The recent tanker explosion at Marijo town in Taro local government area, which has now claimed over 174 lives, has been described as a national tragedy by various leaders and dignitaries who visited the state to offer condolences. Among them were Governor Babagana Zulum of Borno State, the National Chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Umar Ganduje, and President of the Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote. Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Henike Lokobiri, who also joined the delegation, called the explosion a wake-up call for stricter enforcement of safety regulations in the transportation of petroleum products. During his visit, he assessed the scene of the explosion and met with grieving families to express his condolences. He pledged to work with the state and the federal authorities to develop a stricter and safer measure for transportation of flammable materials. Meanwhile, the federal government has directed the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority to investigate the tanker explosion that claimed the lives of those people in Jigawa State. In sports, Nigeria's Flamingos continued. And that's the news at noon, but for more news, connect with Lagos Television on these social media platforms. Please remember to call Lagos toll-free line 7670112 in case of emergencies. Thanks for watching the news at noon. I am Omomi Okeo. Good afternoon.